Hello and welcome. My name is Matthew Baker of Champ Consultants, accountants and tax advisors based in Croydon Road, Caterham. Today is Monday, 11th of May 2020. So just a little warning that if you are watching this video at some point in the future, advice may have changed as HMRC do update their website very regularly. In a few days' time, the Self-Employed Income Support Scheme will go live on the HMRC website as part of the government's COVID-19 small business support packages. HMRC have already stated that to apply, self-employed individuals must apply through their personal tax account. Their accountant will not be able to do this through their own agent portals. Many self-employed have never set up an account as their accountant does everything for them. Today I'm going to be showing you how to set up your personal tax account. Some of you may have heard the term government gateway, and this term is used interchangeably. This is the method by which you can see all of your interactions with HMRC, from payslips, tax payments, and even benefits such as child benefit. I'm going to share a few slides with you to show you how to set up your account. Don't worry if I run through it a little too fast. You'll be able to pause the video when the time comes to apply. If you have previously set up a government gateway but can't remember your passwords, there are links on the login screen to recover your account. So with no further ado, I'm just going to share these slides with you and we shall get started. So this is what the point today is. We're going to register for a personal tax account on the government gateway. What are personal tax accounts? Well, your personal tax account is an online service provided by HMRC to allow you to manage your personal tax affairs. Your PTA is a way to view and manage your tax affairs in one secure place. There are a range of services available, with more being added all the time. You can, through your PTA, check your income tax estimate and your tax codes, fill in, send and view a personal tax return, claim a refund, check and manage your tax credits, check your state pension, track tax forms that you've submitted online, and check or update your marriage allowance. If you want to know what a marriage allowance is, do give us a call. We'll be happy to explain that. We can tell HMRC about administrative things such as a change of address, and you can check or update benefits that you get from work, for example, company card details and medical insurance, and that will feed through onto your tax code. So when you're registering for a PTA, you're going to need a few bits of information, so it's best to be prepared before you sit down and go onto the government website. So you'll need your national insurance number, a mobile phone or a landline number, and an email address. So fairly straightforward. You're going to need to prove your identity using one of the following, so make sure you have one of these to hand before you start. Your bank account details, your P60 if you're employed. Self-employed people won't have one of these. The three most recent payslips, again, that's only for PAYE people. Your passports. You're specifically going to need to know your name, number, and expiry date, and it's your name as it appears on the passport. It's also a good idea to have pen and paper handy, as you will need to write down some numbers. So here we are. This is the setting up. You can go directly to the web address gov.uk/personal-tax-account. If you go through a search engine, just be careful that you are picking up the gov.uk website and no other fake HMRC websites. There are a few, but generally, if you get the search term correct, then the government web address will appear as the first search result. This will take you to the sign in or set up page. Fairly straightforward. There's a big green button saying start now, and that's where we're going to be going. You will see three options on the next screen. To set up your government gateway access. So select the top option and then click on, so you can use your government gateway if you already have one. If you are new and you don't have one, you go to create an account and then click the green continue button, and then you'll see this. So on this screen, you have two ways to create an account. This guide is going to take you through the first option, the government gateway, which is a bit quicker than the second option. Click on the green Create a Government Gateway Account button here. If you have previously used any HMRC services online and have a government gateway account, please put in your 12-digit user ID and the password and click sign in. And you can see there's some links below. If you've forgotten your user ID or if you've forgotten your password, you can click and you can follow through with those. We're going to be looking at the don't have a government gateway account on the next slide. So if you do not have a government gateway account, the next steps show you how to set one up. You only need to do this once. And the next time you access your account, you will have the user ID that you are given and the password that you're going to create now. So where the big blue arrow points, don't have a government gateway account, that's where we're going to click. On the next screen, you may be asked if you're trying to file your self-assessment tax return. If you do get asked this question, select no and continue. This may not appear for everyone. On the next screen, it's fairly simple, straightforward. Fill in your full name, email address, and you create your password as exactly as it is in the text. Just look at the text in the gray here. There's a few guides as to what you can and can't include in your password. You will be given a user ID, which is a 12-digit number. At this point, it's a good idea to write down your user ID and the password that you created on the previous slide. Write them down somewhere safe because you are going to need them every time you access your account in the future. This user ID will also be emailed to you. You'll get a screen letting you know you will need a 6-digit access code. This is for your security. Click the green continue box to continue. Brings you to this one. How would you like to get your access code? And you can choose how you get it. So you can have it sent by a text message to your mobile phone or an automated voice call to your landline. On the next screen, depending on which option you chose, you're asked to enter your mobile number or a landline phone number. If it is a UK number, the international code +44 will appear, and you just need to leave off the first 0 from the beginning of your phone number, and this applies for both landlines and mobiles. If you've chosen to use a mobile phone number, you will receive a 6-digit code by text message. So click the green select send my access code when ready, and if you're using a landline number, you will be phoned with a voice message. Make sure you have pen and paper handy to write that number down, and I'll click the call my landline button. Your code will be sent to your chosen phone number. If it doesn't arrive in a minute or so, you may need to check with your telephone service provider that the number isn't blocked. In our experience, the call or the text is very quick, or literally seconds. So be expecting for it to come through very quickly. Put in that 6-digit code in the box and click the continue button. You'll then get a screen confirming that you've set up the security for your account. If you received your code by text, then it will look like this. It will look slightly different if you received it on a landline. When you click continue, you're going to be taken to a backup security option, and it'll take you back through the previous slides to set up a second way to receive your access code. This might be because you don't have your mobile phone with you at the time that you're logging in, so you can set up a backup landline number, or even some of our clients select us as their accountant to be the backup option, and they set up an automated voice call to our landline so that we will pick up the code for you. You now need to confirm who you are. You should only do this the first time you access your account, so click the green continue button. So this slide is fairly straightforward. Answer your first name, last name, national insurance number, and date of birth as the boxes indicate, and click continue. That should be quite straightforward. You will now be given a choice of documents that you want to answer questions about. Payslips, UK passport, or P60. If you're one of our self-employed clients and you're doing this because of the self-employment measures, then probably the only option here available for you is UK passport, as you won't have P60s and payslips. If you choose payslips, it might, because you have employment income as well, it may ask you for what tax has been taken or what national insurance contribution was on your last payslip. This is all information that they have through the RTI system. Or if you choose UK passport, it will ask you for your passport number, name, and expiry date. It's very important to note that the name that you put must be exactly as it appears on the passport. So if your name is Fred Bloggs, but really your name is on the passport, it's Frederick Bloggs or Joe Fred Bloggs, you need to put it in full as it appears on the passport. There is a link down the bottom if you don't have that information, and that will take you through to some alternative security questions. If you do not have a UK passport, you may be asked some additional security questions. This can relate to mortgages, loans, bank accounts, phone contracts, known addresses, etc. These questions will be specific to you, but an example of a typical question is shown here. This is your bank details. You don't need to know exactly when you opened your account. You don't need to know the day, but you do need to know a date range, so in a range of number of years, that's you're going to need to be able to tick the right box. Once you've entered your details and clicked the green continue button, you should get a message saying we've confirmed your identity, and you can click the green continue button. And if you haven't been able to answer all the questions, or HMRC doesn't hold enough information to be able to identify you, it may be that the online PTA isn't available to you. If you have a tax matter that you need to discuss with HMRC, I'll be sharing some phone numbers with you shortly. Finally, if you want, you will be asked if you want to receive electronic communications, emails, instead of letters from HMRC. It's important to note that if you select yes, but later change your mind, only you can change this back. HMRC are not allowed to change it. And it must be changed within your personal tax account. If there is any chance you may not have access to emails or a computer in the future, we advise you select no. Also, some of our clients are very wary about emails they receive, whether they're genuinely from HMRC or not. So they also prefer to just receive letters. So that's it. Congratulations, you finished. The menu page in your personal tax account will look something like this. Each person's PTA will be slightly different depending on what you've got on your account, but as you can see, there's all sorts of things that can appear. Our self-employed people will be most interested in this one, which says self-assessment. You can go into the different areas. You can check up on your national insurance and check how you're doing towards your state pension. Please remember to keep your 12-digit user ID and password safe. The next time you want to access your account, you will need just these. And if you need one, you'll be sent a 6-digit access code to your chosen method. Here's a few useful phone numbers for you. If you have any problems setting up your PTA, the HMRC Online Services Help Desk, that first number on that table, 0300 200 3600, they are the people to speak to. Don't expect them to answer the phone very quickly. They are very busy, especially at this time. They're all currently working from home during the lockdown for COVID. So there are some alternative phone numbers. If you've got specific queries regarding self-assessment tax credits, income tax, national insurance, etc., there are some other numbers there for you. But for the personal tax account, it's the online services people that you're going to need. So this number up here. Now, just a quick note on emails from HMRC. There are scam emails and texts circulating that claim to be from HMRC. Please do not ever give out private information such as bank details or passwords, or reply to text messages, download attachments, or click on any links in emails if you're not 100% sure they are genuine. Emails and texts from HMRC will never notify you of a tax rebate. They will never offer you a repayment. They will never ask you to disclose personal information such as your address, postcode, UTR, and details of your bank account. They'll never give non-HMRC personal email addresses to send a response to, or ask for financial information such as specific figures or tax computations, unless you've spoken to an HMRC officer and given them prior consent and you've formally accepted the risks. They will never send you attachments unless, again, you've spoken to them specifically and given them prior consent and you've accepted the risks. They won't ever provide a link to a secure login page or a form asking for information. Go to your online account instead and check for information there. If you get any suspicious emails, you can fire them off to HMRC at their phishing@hmrc.gsa.gov.uk email address, and text you can send on to 6599. That's it. That's all our slides for today. So I hope they will prove useful to you. And if you've got any queries, do give the HMRC Online Services Help Desk a call, or my phone number is directly behind me on the screen here. And we hope you get your account set up correctly and you're able to make the claim for your self-employed small income support scheme. So good luck with that, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.